Friday Night Lights. Now that the month of July is here, area school districts are on the verge of opening up voluntary workout sessions for their athletic programs. One of those school districts is in Mill Creek, and more notably, McDowell High School. Before athletes can return to the court or the field, the Trojan Athletic Department needed to create a strict and thorough list of health and safety protocols and guidelines. Once that was established, the school board needed to approve those plans, and in Mill Creek, that happened on Monday. On Thursday morning, football players reported to Gus Anderson Field to get their temperatures taken and sign specific clearances related to COVID-19.
Yeah, it's going to be a learning curve. I thought the screening process for about 80 kids was pretty efficient this morning. We had, brought them in by grades, and everything was on Google Sheets. Kind of had a running document going with each grade level and asked them questions and tempt them. And then, you got to make sure the kids are safe, number one. And the fact that we're able to get out here on the field, just make sure we're doing things right. That the state and our school district want us to do.
The fact that it was pretty efficient even today, just not knowing what was going to take place, do you feel really confident moving forward that it's going to be even faster and you guys will be able to get some work done? Yeah,
I told the kids that. We set a half-hour window for the kids to come in. They're all coming in the same gate, and once that half hour's up, we have to lock the gate because we got to screen everybody. And it only took about 15-20 minutes, which I thought was pretty good, and I think it's going to get more efficient as as we keep learning and as every day goes by. We started those Zoom workouts, those body weight workouts, but as time went on, more and more of our kids found a place to lift. That's a big part of our program because we have our kids really bought into that every year in the off season, and now we have about 6 weeks to get our bodies ready to play. And then everything else, we missed spring ball. We missed 2 or 3 weeks of spring ball, but we met to try and kind of close that gap a little bit. But I think we're okay. I don't think we're too far behind. Again, everybody's in the same boat, and it just depends what they've done the last few months.
Meanwhile, former Mercyhurst Prep standout and Penn State junior linebacker Jesse Lukuta is back at State College after spending time in his native country of Canada. During a virtual media session this week, Lukuta talks about returning home for a few months, training with NHL players, and preparing for a football season that remains uncertain.
Originally, when I first returned, I was in Ottawa, my hometown. Spent some time there. I was training with a couple of guys, a couple other teammates, Jonathan Sutherland, and a couple other guys who they attend other institutions across the country. But then I went to go visit my family in Edmonton, Alberta, on the west coast of Canada. So while my time out there, I wasn't really able to access any facilities. So it was honestly just jail workouts, push-ups, dips in the house. Coach D, she was able to send me some weight vests, some bands, a kettlebell. So I started to get a little intricate with my workouts in there. But as time started to progress, I finally came back to Ottawa and I was able to work out with my trainer and Claude Giroux, Ben Hutton, a couple of NHL guys. So we got some good work just to make sure I was keeping, physically prepared. Me and Claude started working out since I want to say like 2016, 2017. But I've known him since I was a kid because my coach, who really has a big part in where I am now. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. With the countless trips, taking care of me, he housed me at one point. His name was Daniel Israela. So he owned a Greco Lean and Fit Fitness. It was a chain group owned by Tony Greco. So like Greco Lean and Fit, they train NHL players. But as it started to grow and they started, I was taking football more seriously. They started allowing me to work out with them. And Tony Greco, he's been a big part of my progression as well. He trains me whenever I'm able to get home. I always have a place in this facility. And me and Claude, he's a dude that he does not get tired. So training out with him, I always got to be my P's and Q's. So I love working with him. Honestly, it goes back to Coach Franklin's, 4 core values, having a positive mindset. That's number one. Regardless if we have a season or if we don't, knock on wood, I pray that we do. We're gonna be ready. We're gonna stay ready. You don't wanna have to get ready. You rather make sure you and your individuals behind you are collectively ready. So honestly, right now, as long as we're working out, we're in shape, we're ready to play ball, we're sharp. I feel as if we are blessed to play a full season or a half season, we're gonna take full advantage of it and make the best out of it.
Coming up next on Friday Night Lights, we'll head to Detroit, Michigan for round 2 of the Rocket Mortgage